What's up guys, welcome back to another video. And recently Chris Tyson has been exposed for some very disgusting actions. Will this be the downfall of MrBeast's channel? As of today, more information has come out about the Chris Tyson situation. Let's cover it. But before I start the video, I kindly ask that you please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content. I would really appreciate it. For those who don't know, Chris Tyson was recently caught being a huge fan of a guy that would draw and create pictures in anime or cartoon form of underage girls and guys. This content is referred to as... Now, this entire creation of this content in and of itself is genuinely disgusting and appalling. I don't even know how people can justify the creation of CP, and it honestly makes no sense to me how this is at all justified. The evidence that people have supplied as to why Chris Tyson was a huge fan of this artist called Shadman was many tweets that he had posted from between 2017 and 2018, clearly proving he was a huge fan of these drawings and in fact attracted to these drawings as well. Now, this is a very weird thing that has happened. At this time, MrBeast hasn't said anything about the situation, and nor has Chris, and his Twitter account has been suspended, with more and more posts and tweets from around that time and even later getting revealed and brought up. I'm not sure exactly how the account got taken down, if it was Twitter that did it or he took it down, but it just keeps on getting worse. And there's more that comes with this that I discovered today, and I'm going to get into that in a second. But what proves even further that Chris was actually a huge fan of this guy Shad was that he had one of the man's drawings or paintings of an individual drawn in a weird manner on his wall in his living room, which there is proof of and photos of, which is honestly just the scariest and most creepy part about this entire thing. He was so open and outward about these things that he was attracted to and clearly didn't give a damn. It was even revealed that he had a relationship with a 13-year-old boy where the tweets and messages came out between him and this boy. They were even in a group chat together where people thought that there was multiple people in this group chat, but it was just him and this 13-year-old boy. And this boy actually worked for MrBeast at the time as an editor, and he actually sent inappropriate pictures to this 13 or 14-year-old boy at the time, and he was 20 at the time. So what was he doing all of this stuff? I have no idea. It is just genuinely the weirdest shit I have ever seen in my life. And now the question begs that if Chris Tyson was so open about his weird attractions, did MrBeast know? And if MrBeast knew, would he keep this man on his team and in his videos, knowing that this man was getting up to all these types of weird things? And it seems like the answer to that is yes, because one of the guys that was working closely with the MrBeast team came out today and tweeted that Jimmy, who is MrBeast, knew about Chris the entire time. I don't know how much longer MrBeast or Chris will be able to stay quiet about this entire situation and not speak about it. I mean, it's getting so big to the point where one of them is going to have to come out, and MrBeast is definitely going to have to give a statement about what exactly happened in the past and what his knowings were about this entire situation. But it keeps on getting worse as the days go by, because today more information came out and video footage that Chris Tyson allegedly had a YouTube channel a couple years ago back in the day and leaked revenge inappropriate pictures of Jeanette McCurdy, the actress from iCarly.
How's it going, you guys? So recently everybody's been hearing about the Jeanette McCurdy leak of her photo. What the story is, she sent pictures to her boyfriend, her now ex-boyfriend, and he leaked them out. And she is a very popular Nickelodeon star on the show iCarly, and probably seen as the pulling of the show. It'll probably be taken off the air. Second off, you'll probably see the photos get taken down at some point tonight, maybe tomorrow, because Nickelodeon has that kind of power. But the link's in the description if you want to see them. I mean, I'm not endorsing people to go look at somebody else's private business, but I know that you know, people might want to see them, so it's there if you want it.
Now honestly, this as well is also just disgusting. To know that such a guy who was doing such things publicly was working with MrBeast all this time is kind of unsettling. Also knowing that the MrBeast channel is mostly directed towards kids, something about this entire situation just doesn't sit right with me. And somebody else who worked closely with the MrBeast time, although for a very short period of time, and he doesn't have the best track record online, But with all the evidence we've seen, I have reason to believe him. Sneeko has come out and said,
I remember when I was working for MrBeast, like in that time of 2017, 2018, I remember Chris saying like, isn't she hot? Isn't like Cash Me Outside Go? Like, isn't she like 14? Is she 14 years old? Yeah, it's jailbait. And I'm like, what? I had never heard somebody say that in my life. That was the first time where somebody unironically said that. And that's how I know that that's people's brains. It's like, that's gotta be from somebody who was watching anime, was watching all that stuff, was chronically online. Like, to have that terminology, to communicate that.
Now, should I believe what Sneeko is saying? I mean, I don't have a reason not to. With all the information that has been leaking about Chris Tyson, I really have a reason to believe exactly what Sneeko is saying. I mean, if he was doing all this stuff, commenting about 4-year-old girls and drawings and stuff like that, I have 100% reason to think that he would have said something like that about Bad Baby. This whole entire situation is just getting worse and worse by the day. I genuinely don't know how MrBeast and them are going to come out and explain this and get past this. But one thing I know is that Chris Tyson can never be back on that channel, especially if MrBeast wants to still retain some of his audience. I mean, it would be honestly horrendous if Chris was still on that channel after all of this stuff got exposed. But it doesn't just stop there. Chris also, in some old footage of a MrBeast stream from a couple years ago, was caught saying the N-word with a hard R.
What?
He said back in 2009. It's going viral.
You do know I'm watching this for 10 hours straight on a live stream.
I see.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said the N-word.
Well, you just said the N-word.
But I'm not relevant.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess you can say the N-word.
The situation where he said it is also extremely ironic because it seems like he's judging Jake Paul or one of the old Team 10 crew for saying the N-word, while he's also saying it in a very weird manner. I mean, the hard R, bro? Come on, dog. Like, this shit just gets crazier by the day, and we can't even make this up. Like, bro already started digging the hole for himself with this entire shad art drawings and weird stuff, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And that was the peak of the entire thing. As if many people on the internet didn't already hate him, he just had to keep on doing weird shit. And I know it was from years before, but the fact that he did that shit is just weird in and of itself. Like, there's no amount of therapy and changing you can tell me that will forgive what Chris Tyson has done. I mean, the stuff he has said about these images, and it's just honestly makes me nauseous. And if MrBeast knew all along, which the evidence is pointing towards, then shame on him, and he deserves whatever flack or criticism is going to come his way, because honestly, what the actual fuck. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be all for today's video. If you learned something new about this situation, please hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. But it's been your boy.
What the fuck they said? Niggas said I fell off, huh? Put that shit to bed. I was in them fields, but I bought whips instead. I bought cribs instead. Now all my bitches bad.